Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for your interest in the FIFA Women's World Cup. It's a pleasure to welcome here at the BC Place, this beautiful stadium in Vancouver, where you know that we have a busy day ahead with 4 press conferences, 4 training sessions here at the stadium. We're starting with Team Cameroon. I have here Coach Eno Gachu and Team Captain Christine Money. So let's start with your impressions and your expectations for this tournament, and especially for Cameroon.
I just want to, first of all, greet the audience. Good afternoon. I think for the meantime, it's a good level. We've watched some few games and we're quite satisfied, and we know that it's going to be very tough for us. However, we've prepared to create surprises. And as I say, it's our first participation. Hopefully, we shall gain experience after this World Cup.
Thank you. Just one reminder, we do have translation. So if you need translation into English and French, headsets are available over here. And I kindly ask you also to turn off your cell phones. And if you have questions, please wait for the microphones for the sake of translation, but also because we're live on the internet. Thank you. Christine, would you like to tell us a little bit about your expectations for the tournament?
Merci déjà, bonsoir.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. My expectations, we are very happy to have been qualified for the World Cup, and we're already here. It's going to be tomorrow. The only thing we have to do is give the best of ourselves. And expect surprises. You know, the ball is around, and we are thinking match per match. And we are always going to be giving our best, as is always the case.
We open the floor now to your questions. Right here, please.
Hello, John Roder, HBS Television. You were the first team to actually arrive in Canada to prepare for this tournament. Why did you take the decision to arrive so early?
Actually, you must understand that we have very hot weather in Africa. We came here purposely for acclimatization, and also to see if we can gain some support from the Canadians.
Next question here.
Francisco Cuevas, NBC Deportes. What do you know about Team Ecuador? This is their first time in a World Cup, and they're very motivated for tomorrow. What do you know about this team?
I personally know that they are also novice, like Cameroon. I also know that they eliminated Trinidad and Tobago. And I think it's going to be a very 50-50 game. I watched some images through YouTube. I think they have a very good squad. It is true that they also have some young players, but as I always say, the World Cup is usually full of surprises. Remember, nobody expected Japan to win the World Cup in 2011, but they did that. So I think Cameroon, Ecuador is going to be a 50-50 game.
Over here, please.
Aubin Koenigson, une question qui s'adresse justement au public camerounais.
For the audience in Cameroon. And I'm going to speak differently because I represent the media in Cameroon.
Les gars du Quad sont inquiets.
The guys are worried.
Les dos ne sont pas encore calmes. Et puis,
apparently,
que le moral n'est pas au beau fixe.
Apparently, spirits aren't soaring. Just for us. This is just for us. We want to know if you're ready.
Tu veux que je parle aussi comme le quad?
Do you want me to speak quad? Like the quad?
Bon, je vais rassurer que.
I want to reassure you.
D'abord,
firstly, that
en matière de dos, nous ne voulons pas faire mention, mais il faut savoir
we don't want to
que
mention
les filles
it,
sont galvanisées en bloc et
but,
les dos ne sont pas une priorité. C'est d'abord la patrie.
It's first the nation. The first nation comes first. We're going to do everything possible to avoid surprises. But you have to know that when you get to the match, anything can happen.
Next question. Does anybody have any question for Christine?
Christine, obviously you're all coming here for the very first time to play at a Women's World Cup. How much do you think the standard of football is going to be higher than what you're used to?
Dit plus élevé, peut-être parce que nous avons une expérience mondiale aussi.
Because we're going to have a world level experience, but we've already had one in 2012. That brought us a lot. Our perspective changed. Just like Ecuador, we are new to this World Cup. But as the coach said, it's 50-50 because we don't know each other. So we'll see tomorrow. But just as for any other team, everyone is trying to pull the blanket to their side. That's what we're going to try to do tomorrow. And that the big matches often depend on small details. So we're really going to focus on those small details.
Une question à Christine. On a
for
vu
Christine.
Sur YouTube.
We saw on YouTube
la bonne ambiance qui gérait
that there was a good atmosphere
au sein du groupe. Donc,
within
nous,
the group. So for us in the quad,
un peu d'où le mignon, quoi. Donc,
it was somewhat reassuring.
Tout de rang là. Donc, on aimerait nous, si vous avez Bosch cette choré ou alors vous avez juste improvisé.
We would like to know what you're going to do. Are you going to be improvising? Some of it is slang, and the interpreter doesn't know the Cameroon slang.
Nous, on a nos petits oui qu'on doit chaque fois. Donc,
we're going to do our best every time. I can't give away all our secrets.
Et quand on doit ça, on met ça là-bas pour que les Camerounais sachent que nous sommes prêts. Peu importe ce qui se passe.
They have to know in Cameroon that we're ready, no matter what.
Next question. Japanese media maybe has been in the same group. Okay, would you like to talk about maybe your other opponents? One more, right here. Okay. Just wait for the microphone, please.
I want to ask head coach, what is your strongest point, do you think?
You want to know my strongest point? No, I'll start by saying that it is solidarity, and the team has been playing for long. For the past 5-6 years, they've been together, and if we succeeded in qualifying for the World Cup, it wasn't a surprise for us because remember that in 2012, the same team played the Olympic Games, except maybe 2 or 3 players. They are the same girls. So I think it's the solidarity and the fact that they've been for long together.
Okay, go ahead, please. Okay.
You've both mentioned the Olympic Games. How important is that you can draw on that togetherness in the squad that you had in London?
Come again?
How important is it that you have had that experience of playing at the Olympics?
It was our first participation in an international competition out of Africa. And tactically, we committed many errors. And I won't reveal what happened there. We went there to discover the way they play in the highest level. And we played 3 games. We conceded 11 goals. We scored only 1. And after the Olympic Games, we went back to our drawing board, and I think we've done everything to avoid making such mistakes again. So I think it was good for us. It is true that the World Cup will be for the first time again, but I'm quite sure that we shall not commit the same errors as we did in 2012.
Okay, and do we have another question? Well, you mentioned that you wanted to arrive early to get the support of the Canadians, right? So how is that support?
Yeah.
How's that working out?
Yeah. We played against some university teams, and we discovered that there were many people that came to cheer the Cameroonian team. And we tried by opposite means, not only to be fair play, but we went towards that population and invited them for the game. And the population was sure first is behind us, and they promised to be there. We played some few games, and the different clubs, we met their leaders, and they promised that they will bring the teams we played against to come and cheer the Cameroonian team. So we're expecting them this coming Monday.
Okay. Any more questions? Okay, then I have another one too. What are you thinking of Vancouver? Did you have the time to see the city?
I personally, yes. It is true that we're in Sweden, but I came to Vancouver. I discovered that there were many Asians here, and I know already means a lot. The day we meet Japan, we know that the population will be more of Asians. So, but a very beautiful city. I think one of the most beautiful cities in Canada, because I was in Ottawa, I was in Toronto, but I think I was so impressed the way the city was built. I went to the seashore and quite satisfied. The people are even welcoming.
That's good. Good to hear. Well, do we have any more questions here? No, if not, I thank you very much for coming. I'd like to let you know that the team is going to train. It's open for the media for 15 minutes, right? For the first 15 minutes, we're going to have our people here from the National Organizing Committee guiding everybody to the media tribune and the photographers to their positions at the pitch. Just look for us after this press conference. Thank you very much, and see you shortly. Thank you.
Thank you.